This video is partly sponsored by Free Cash. More at the end of the video. What's going on, gamers? This is Chris Bacon and I'm back with another Dragon Dogma 2 video. First things first, I want to thank you guys for your support on my last video. There are more videos up on the channel, so please like and subscribe. So I've been playing an update on stream and really enjoying some of the quality of life updates they've had in the game. And I thought about some things I wanted to see, so I made a wish list of sorts. And if you do like this kind of stuff, be sure to like and subscribe to the page and we can do some more like this. Big shout out to Mora Casardis on Reddit for letting me use this footage of the idle animations. My notes are formatted a little bit differently, so I'm going to present the idea and then the example that I provided. First category is appearance, being able to dye your clothes or certain parts of weapons. As you might know in the game already, you can buy dye, but that only applies to you or your pawn. First category is appearance, so stuff like dyeing clothes and dyeing weapons or weapon skins would fall into this category. Now, I don't mean every single piece of equipment in the game can be altered, but I do think a lot of early game gear can get that blessing. Fabric that exists on weapons should also get this blessing, like wraps for sword hilts. Changing weapons to look brand new or worn would be a nice touch, and things with fur, feathers, or hide can be dyed a couple colors that make sense. For weapons, you can have some cosmetic differences, so some fire can be turned blue, some lightning can be turned yellow, some ice can be turned black, and some earth can be turned gray. Now, please note, I'm specifying for the weapons. The magic in the game should not be changed from the color that they are and can be identified very easily by. I'm talking about just the weapons and the cosmetics on those weapons. Next we have pawns, specifically a specialization I created called Behaviorist. This can track monster spawn rates based on certain factors like badges, amounts encountered, amounts killed, big locations, and etc. So for example, they suggest a monster might be roaming in one of the locations, like the 3 major locations on the map. And it'll be based on proximity for medium size, no small monsters and sneak attack monsters will be included. They mention that having killed so many of the same monster they can almost feel like one is close by, which will prompt you to search the area. Now we're moving on to the best part, weapons and skills, and I have a lot to say. First off, I am aware of mods in the game that allow you to have a skill tree, but I'm talking about things I would like to see in the main game. So I want to introduce 2 systems, weapon mastery and weapon augmentation. I also want to introduce a weapons grader, an appraiser, crystals and gems as items in the game that you can farm. You can find shards and then you can combine them into whole crystals and gems. Weapon mastery would have 2 levels. That's for the specific weapon you're using, like the unique weapon, and then the type of weapon you're using, like long sword or hammer. It starts at level 0 and goes to level 10. You might unlock extra skills or perks at level 5 and level 10. For an example, level 1 through 4 could be a regular damage buff. Level 5 can be an elemental damage boost or a burst effect at the end of the combo. Level 6 through 9 could be a critical chance, a damage buff, or a debuff chance, and level 10 could be a permanent stat boost or a weapon specific effect. Next is weapon augmentation. This is per weapon, and you unlock it on weapon mastery level 2. Remember the crystals and gems I introduced before? So the crystals will be for debilitations, and gems will be for elements. So first you get enough shards, then you make the crystal or the gem, and then you can upgrade those from levels 1 to 4, and they can increase chance to inflict statuses or debilitations. So for example, let's say we have a weapon called the Beast Bone Hand Mace, right? You use it for the fighter vocation. You go to an appraiser, you appraise it for crystal and gem potential, you get stronger with that mace, you improve the weapon mastery level, you find crystal and gem shards and minerals are out in the world, you go back to the appraisal to appraise it for crystal and gem strength, you forge that same weapon for a better version of that weapon with a better chance for crystal and gem potential, upgrade to your liking, and repeat for another weapon when you're satisfied. Oh yeah, to circle back on the NPCs, so there's a weapons grader and an appraiser. They can be the same person. You can have the weapons grader, eventually be leveled up to also appraise crystals and gems, or you can have it be a separate person that comes along in the world once you get access to those mechanics. Next, we have upgrades for vocation skills. My goal with this system was to basically add deeper variation in current skills and expand battle effectiveness with the magic in the game. So some options I thought of was, maybe as you upgrade the vocation skills, they apply a small buff to you, to your weapons, or to close or affected pawns based on the magic you're using. Fire would give a damage increase, electricity would give a speed increase, ice would be a defense increase, holy magic would be a magic defense increase. And you can have 3%, 5%, 7%, 10% chance upgrades as you boost up this skill. Other options would be to slightly decrease the stamina used, a chargeable final strike or follow-up strike, and a discharge element for damage or buffs to self or pawns, like I said before. As an example, let's say that you use Levin on an enemy and your pawn is standing right by that enemy, they're going to get a small increase to their speed at least for 5 to 10 seconds depending on how much you leveled up that particular skill. As for UI, I don't know any good ideas to put a skill tree option to pop up, so if you guys have any ideas for mods, let me know in the comments what that looks like for you. I did have an idea for a new vocation, but I'm going to save that for its own video. Just like last time, I'm going to be putting up information from the last update that came out. Most of the updates in between my last video and now have been AI updates and small performance upgrades, but this one was pretty significant because a lot of people have experienced this issue with nesting troubles. Throwing a jar of poison into the water and nothing happening, they finally fixed that. So rejoice, my fellow Arisen. If you're a big mobile gamer like I am, Free Cash is the place for you. You can play some games, either on Android, iOS, or desktop, and earn some rewards. It's free to sign up, so use my link in my bio to check it out today. If you're seeing this, did you know I do anime recommendations all the time, and I play through all of Dragon Ball Z Kakarot? Go ahead and check those out as well. What was your favorite part of this update? Let me know in the comments below. While you're down there, you might as well tell me your favorite builds anyway, for science. If you're a fan of Dragon Dogma 2, use the heavy attack on the like or subscribe buttons. I can't make you choose, I don't have the God's way, but any one of those will bring me closer to reclaiming the throne. I'm Chris, this is the KUNAI guys. Stand strong, fellow Arisen.